And welcome to Caesar Rodney High School for today's Delaware Live Sports softball edition of some Henley Open Conference softball. I'm Benny Mitchell. Joining me shortly will be Glenn Frazier. On the camera today, Trey Mitchell. Delaware Live Sports powered by 302 Sports and brought to you in part by Citadel Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Glenn, here we go. Last 2 weeks of softball been a little crazy. A beat B, B beat C, C beat A. It's almost like they put the teams in a Yahtzee cup and shuffled out. And we have rankings, and we have number 2 and number 4 here today. But I have to say, Glenn, Henley Open Conference pretty hot right now. I think right now the hottest team in softball has to be Sussex Central.
Sussex Central, of course, they suffered that opening season 2-1 loss to Smyrna and have not lost since. Got that sensational freshman Madge Layfield hurling down there. 20 strikeouts against the Eagles in that game, and they still lose by a count of 2-1. They've been red hot ever since then. Of course, they had that big win over DMA to knock them from the unbeaten ranks last week, 6-1. And DMA, well, they haven't lost since then. They knock off Delmar 1-0, and that was yesterday. Delmar, Saturday, 13-3. Mercy rule against Caravel. So, yeah, go figure. I mean, it's just wide open, topsy-turvy.
And this Sussex Tech team, heck, they could be coming in here undefeated, but they get in a shootout with Laurel, and they take a loss to the Laurel Bulldogs. Yeah,
11-10 was that one. That's been the Ravens' only loss. So they come in at 7-1. Riders are unbeaten at 8-0. They've had some pretty decent wins over some upstate teams that are much improved this year, like Middletown and Concord. But this will probably be the stiffest challenge so far, maybe for both of these teams coming in.
I kind of agree. You know, even with the loss to Laurel, that was a high-scoring game, and sometimes those games can get a little crazy, and you get behind you and bad things happen. But yeah, Henley Open Conference North, two teams here tonight. John Marvel 7-1. He's the head coach of the Ravens, and the Riders 8-0, coached by Sky Boris. And I got a couple when I posted that we were doing this game. I got a couple messages that, hey, man, you guys, you're going to have a good one today.
I would hope that we would. We've had a couple of good games that we've done upstate recently. Saturday, a 2-0 win for DMA over Smyrna and a no-hitter by Frost. And then last week on a Wednesday night or Tuesday night it was at Caravel knocking off Smyrna 2-1 on a walk-off. Mm-hmm. So we've seen some pretty good pitching. Jess Walter from Caravel Academy, Peyton Dixon from Smyrna, Jason Frost, and going to see a couple of good ones here today. Peyton Shields has been the go-to pitcher for the Riders. The sophomores pitch pretty much all season long. And then Sussex Tech, they have a tandem of pitchers they like to use. They're going to go starter today with Bryn Parker, and we'll also probably see Kylie Kruger, who starts at third base, but she's been pitching a lot as well.
For folks new to the Henley Open Conference softball, the Sussex Tech Ravens, they're a vocational school down in Sussex County. They'll be wearing the black uniforms with the white number. Caesar Rodney Riders here in Camden, Wyoming, they'll be wearing the gold jerseys with the blue pants.
Caesar Rodney, as you mentioned, coming in 8-0, ranked second in our latest poll, behind Sussex Central in the top 10 this week. And they will travel to Central next Tuesday. That'll be a big one.
Yes, it will.
And then, of course, for the Ravens, they've won 2 straight, including Saturday. They knocked number 9 Red Lion Christian from the unbeaten ranks with a 11-7 win. And you mentioned their only losses to Laurel, who's now ranked 10th this week in the poll. Previously, they were unranked. And they have a road game with number 8 Smyrna this Thursday. That just seems odd the past 4 or 5 years to say number 8 Smyrna, but they have lost 2 straight.
A lot going on here today. We have a baseball game behind us, the Sussex Tech Ravens and the Caesar Rodney Riders. And then we're down here, of course, on the softball field. Beautiful view from center field. Came out here, Glenn, thought we were going to be down low, but I found an old platform.
Yeah.
I think that we used to have a man-made scoreboard. So, folks, we're going to take a pause for the national anthem, and we'll be ready for some Henley Open Conference softball, the Caesar Rodney Riders and the Sussex Tech Ravens. Glenn, we'll go ahead and from football. We'll go ahead and give a Green Blade Irrigation turf report because we have nice weather here today. 70 degrees with about 10 to 15 mile-an-hour winds blowing straight to center field. So somebody could get one over the fence today. Hopefully, our cameraman Trey Mitchell will find a way to protect that camera because he is right dead center field.
And we'll be able to protect each other because we're right out here in dead center field.
Glenn, tell us who the Ravens got coming up. What's the Ravens starting lineup?
All right, starting lineup for Sussex Tech and head coach John Marvel. The shortstop, Kayla Evans, will bat first, followed by second baseman Carly Penrod and third baseman Kylie Kruger. Center fielder is Lanaya Lewis. Out in the left is Megan Sterling. Then the pitcher, Bryn Parker. Catcher, Journey Hopkins. The designated player, Chloe Calloway. And out in right field defensively, Victoria Lacates. She will bat ninth. Coates at first base, the flex player.
Folks, this game brought to you partially by Arena's Deli, 7 locations throughout the state, downtown Rehoboth Beach. Arena's Cafe, Highway 1 in Rehoboth, and in Lewis at the Village of 5 Points. At the airport in Georgetown, Long Neck, Milford, and their location in Newark on Main Street. Lasher's Barbecue, Long Neck Road. Lasher's Barbecue, they're getting piggy with it. Louie's Pizza, home of the grinder in Rehoboth Beach, 11 Rehoboth Avenue. That's just steps away from the beach and boardwalk in Glen. When you're at 11 Rehoboth Avenue, you've got to try the grinder, the best sandwich in Rehoboth Beach.
I'm telling you, it's almost beach time, too.
It is.
And this weather today kind of just flirts with you a little bit for getting down to the beach.
Almost made it down there today. My wife had something she wanted me to take to the post office, but I didn't quite make it. I have to get to it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think still pretty warm tomorrow. Chance of storms coming in, and then a cold front. Thursday's high is only going to be about 53.
So, folks, get ready to play some softball here. Sussex Tech Ravens coming up to bat to start the game. Again, I'm Benny Mitchell on Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports. With me doing the play-by-play, Glenn Frazier. And on our camera tonight, Trey Mitchell. So here we go, Glenn, ready to play some ball.
Yeah, Peyton Shields, the right-hander, ready to deliver the first pitch of the ball game. A little low for a ball. That's Kayla Evans, the shortstop, up to bat. I saw 2 southpaws on Saturday up at Midway. There's a swing and a drive to left center. Over the head, and it hits the bottom of the fence. Digging for 2 is the leadoff batter, and they'll hold her right there, but a good shot to start off the ball game.
Absolutely, Glenn. I thought we talked about the win. I thought we were going to start off with a tater today.
I did too for a second. Riley Elledge for Caesar Rodney trying to get back on that one, but a shot off the bat of Evans got out to the outfield very quickly. That brings up second baseman Penrod. Runner at second, nobody out. And again, low for a ball. Yeah, we just mentioned before that hit, you had Peyton Dixon and Jason Frost from DMA and Smyrna. 2 left-handers on Saturday up in Midway. There's a swing and a ground ball on the left side, dug up by the third baseman. Throw to first for the out, and advancing over to third is Evans.
McClure, great job there, digging the ball out on the ground ball and looked her back, but great secondary lead there for the leadoff batter for the Ravens.
And it brings up Kruger, the third baseman, trying to get Sussex Tech on the board early. Takes outside for a ball from Peyton Shields. Shields coming into the game. She has thrown 64 strikeouts on the season and is credited with each of the Riders' 8 wins. That one's a called strike. So a ball and a strike to Kruger.
Third baseman Clary getting in the hitter's griddle there, Glenn. Looking for maybe a suicide here.
Shields also has a very low ERA, too. There's a ground ball on the right side. That's perfect, but it cannot score the run. And they don't get the out at first. First baseman knocked it down for Caesar Rodney. That was Ashlyn Schmidt.
I guess I should say safety squeak because you can't take off in softball, correct?
Right. Well, you can as soon as the pitcher releases the ball, but that's not much of a lead.
No. Even at 60 feet. First and third here for the Ravens, and coaches, they love first and third situations. A lot of options on the field here for John Marvel.
Yeah, we'll be surprised if Kruger doesn't take off with Lewis at the plate. Lanaya Lewis, the center fielder. She does not take off, and he gets a called strike. Shields does on the outside corner. Season Rodney off to their best softball start in years.
Yeah, it's been a long time, probably around 2010, 2012 era.
You know, almost 10 years ago. Shields trying to paint the corner on that last pitch. Did not get the call. It's 1-1, and she goes up high, 2-1 count. A little surprised with one out that they're not sending Kruger, because usually they don't even draw a throw. They're afraid the runner on third will score. Swing and a miss, outside pitch.
Yeah, she may have taken a little something off that there, Glenn. Lewis was way out in front of that pitch.
Yeah, had a little bit of movement on it. Swing and a miss and a strikeout. Big strikeout for Shields, her first of the game. That's the second out of the inning. Runners on the corners now for left fielder Megan Sterling.
Now, Glenn, does the situation change here in softball with first and third and 2 outs as opposed to baseball, or do you play a little safer now with your runner on first?
I think you play a little safer now. I would really be surprised if they send Kruger now. A little bit of inside-out action. The first baseman can't quite hold on to it. Looked like it was knuckling on her a little bit.
Looked like it came off the handle. Had that kind of had that handle sound to it.
Yeah, fisted that one.
Drifted away.
So an 0-1 count to Megan Sterling. We're in the top of the first. No score. Runners on the corners for the Ravens with 2 outs. Nice pitch on the inside corner. 0-2 count.
He's doing a good job of keeping it down, I see her, Glenn. After that first batter who takes it to the fence, she's starting to keep the ball down a little bit. I think we saw one maybe rise up above the strike zone.
Right. And a swing and a miss. So Shields gets out of trouble here in the top half of the first as she gets the last 2 batters to strike out. So a half an inning in the book, no score for the Ravens. And we'll see the Riders' offense here in a moment.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School here in Camden, Wyoming, Delaware. Folks, Active Pest Solutions, specializing in ants, termites, and wildlife management, locally owned and operated since 2000. You can find them down in Lewis, Delaware. Active Pest Solutions. So, Glenn, they get out of it unharmed. First batter gets on with a double, advances to third on the next batter, and that's kind of where it stayed. She'll settle down and got herself out of the inning.
Yeah, those 2 strikeouts were huge. So it wouldn't really have mattered if Coach Marvel had sent Kruger down to second because they couldn't advance the runners past that point. Great job by Shields to get the 2 strikeouts on outside pitches. Both batters struck out swinging. So now we'll see the Riders here in their half of the first. And the center fielder, Abdul Rashid, will lead off. She's batting .455 on the season. She'll be followed by second baseman McCarthy and the pitcher, Peyton Shields. And they will face Parker, Bryn Parker, the starter today for Sussex Tech.
Glenn, I want to thank both coaches for giving us advanced lineups and some stats and some history of their players. All shot to center field.
Center fielder thought she had a beat on it, and then it got her head. I think the wind carried it. So the Riders are going to start with maybe a triple or she's going to be thrown out. The slide, and she's out. So Abdul Rashid trying to stretch that double into a triple is out from, I believe that was the relay.
Yes, it was. Second baseman standing right on second base.
Okay, so out 4-5. And she does get credited with a double, but unfortunately the Riders have an out with nobody on base. There's a swing and a shot up the middle, and that's a hard base hit on one pitch by McCarthy.
Hindsight 2020, Glenn. You stay with that double, you're up 1-0 right now.
Yeah, Abdul Rashid, one of the fastest runners on the Riders team, and let me tell you, it took a really good relay throw to get her out. So now McCarthy is at first for Shields. Shields a .333 hitter on the season. See if Parker can get out of a jam here. There's a swing and a foul off the right side. Two teams that can score runs, obviously. Caesar Rodney and their 8 wins, 5 of those wins, Benny, have been by 3 runs or less.
Right.
So they've been in a lot of close ball games. There's a swing to left field, and that's coming out left center. That's gone. A 2-run home run for the pitcher, Peyton Shields, and the Riders take an early 2-0 lead. That's only the team's 2nd home run of the season.
And she had plenty of distance there on that one, Glenn. And that ball there, that was 6 to 10 feet above the fence when it went over, and it was a shot. And that's 3 hard hit balls by the Riders so far. It's only going to produce 2 runs, but they're putting the bat on the ball, and they're putting the bat on the ball solid right now.
They sure are. They're squaring off, getting the barrel out there. Now the cleanup hitter, the catcher, Stacy Deputy, who leads the team, Benny. She's batting .500 on the season. And she is verbally committed to Kennesaw State University.
Down in Georgia?
Yeah.
She's going to go where it's warm all the
time.
Go
south.
Yeah.
Takes outside for a ball.
And they're not running up counts. They're jumping on the first good pitch they see.
Forgot to mention that Abdul Rashid, who started the game for the Riders with a double, she's being recruited by Rutgers. Here's a shot. That's going to get the center fielder's head and one hop to fence. Well, the Riders are just pounding the ball here in this first inning. Stand-up double for Deputy. Benny, that's 4 straight hits.
Yeah. 4 straight solid hits.
Brings up Rachel McCleary, the third baseman.
I mean, that just the one that was the liner out to center. Other than that, 2 get to the fence, 1 gets over the fence. The Riders are getting started early.
I think the Ravens might have to adjust defensively in the outfield, back up just a little bit. Because not only are the Riders just making solid contact, but there is a stiff breeze blowing out in this direction. Inside for a ball. As McCleary just got out of the way, avoiding being hit by the pitch. That one was an off-speed pitch in for a strike. One count. Runner on second, 1 out here in the bottom of the first. That one's fouled. Out of play on the first base side.
A little late.
It's a good call that time by pitcher Parker after throwing that off-speed pitch, came back with a heat.
And you're talking about some of the fields you've been to. This is a well-maintained field here at Caesar Rodney. Maybe towards the fence, a little patchy, but for the most part, the outfield grass really looks smooth and well-maintained.
It does. You're going to have to hold on to your hat today.
Everything.
Man. There's another shot. This one's punched into shallow right, and that's going to fall in. Second baseman was fighting the sun and could not come up with it. I don't know whether that got a little bit of her glove for an error.
I think it did. It's a hard play to make, but
well, we're not the official scorers. That's one of those in between.
They're not putting anything up either. They're not even going to help us, Glenn.
Runners on the corners now for the Riders.
Oh, my, another blast to right field.
Another blast. A line drive in the gap in right center off the bat of Sydney Hatch. Scores 1 run. It's going to score a 2nd run. And Hatch is going to get a stand-up triple, and the Riders are on top 4-0 early.
And that's going to bring manager John Marvel for a mound visit.
Yeah, he might be close to making a change already in his mind. Again, they have Kylie Kruger over at third base. And I think she is going to get the ball. Yeah, they're going to make a change right now. So we've got a pitch and change, Benny.
Well, we'll take a quick commercial timeout, Glenn. We'll come back and we'll find out where that change is going to be made. Folks, we'll be right back. You're watching Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports, with Benny and Trey Mitchell and Glenn Frazier. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sotho Concepts. Sotho Concepts is an award-winning restaurant group with 12 locations in beautiful coastal Delaware. Come check us out. At Sotho Concepts, we believe in cooking beautiful, simple food, developing the people we work with, and making the world a better place. Come visit us this fall for our great off-season specials, like half-price entree night and crab cake night. With 12 locations on the culinary coast from Lewis, Delaware to Fenwick Island, we have something for everyone. See you soon. Hi.
And welcome back to Camden, Wyoming, home of the Riders, Caesar Rodney High School. Glenn, that's an interesting combination, probably a unique high school name and mascot. I know you're not going to go find it anywhere else in the country where there's a Caesar Rodney. You're probably not going to find a Riders. Maybe a Rough Riders here and there, but not a Riders.
All right, so here's the changes, Benny. J.S. Schaub will now move over to third base and come into the ball game, replacing defensively Kylie Kruger, who's now on the mound. And it appears that the pitcher, Bryn Parker, will now move over to first base.
So one out here, runner on third. Riders with 4 in already. Could have been 5. I mean, they have – I mean, the only ball that wasn't hard hit was the one that got into trouble in that triangle.
So whoever the official score is, either 5 or 6 straight hits for the Riders to start this game.
Oh, they did go with a hit on that.
All right.
I'm asking.
I don't know.
I would say hit with the position it was in.
Yeah, the
and
girl's
the sun in her eyes.
backpedaling, sun in her eyes. And again, I'm not sure she got any leather on it. So Parker gives up 6 hits, 4 runs. They're all earned.
I have to say this, Riders jumping out to the start, Glenn. It's something we thought could happen, but I don't think it's what we expected them to come out and just guns a-blazing early.
Yeah, so Parker only gets an inning, 1/3 of an inning officially in the book. So now taking over is Kylie Kruger, and the Riders have Caitlin Horton, their designated player, who takes a called strike.
Riders have had runners in scoring position ever since the second batter.
Yes. 6 straight hits. There's a shot, and that's through on the left side. We'll score another run. Let's give them 7 straight hits. On a hard single to left field by Horton. And she gets an RBI.
And Riders should possibly bat around in this inning, first inning here, Glenn, as they bring their 8th batter to the plate.
Right, Ashlyn Schmidt, first baseman. No, it's not. Yeah, it is. Ashlyn Schmidt. Fouls one back.
0-2.
Kruger facing her second batter here in this first inning in relief of Parker. She's ahead in the count here. And there's a foul. First base side. Count remains 0-2 on Horton. Schmidt.
She did not take a 2-strike swing at that one either. She took a rip.
It should have, according to me, should be Riley Elledge on deck and then the top. Nice off-speed pitch. Just a little up high.
And what they say, in baseball and softball, Glenn, hitting's contagious. And that's you take that 0-2 approach and try to rip another one.
Outside corner. Doesn't get the call. 2-2.
I can tell you what is up here today, Glenn, is pollen, because I don't know how many times I've wiped the screen off here.
Well, I hope you don't have bad allergies.
I do. I'm going to feel it tomorrow. Oh, opposite field.
Defensive swing, and that one caught by the right fielder. No advance from the runner on first, Horton. Horton remains at first. Schmidt flies out to right. Second out, and that brings up Riley Elledge, the left fielder. And the slap hitter goes the opposite way, and that's going to fall for a hit. 8 hits so far in this first inning for the Riders. As you're right, they have batted around, and that brings off the lead-up batter.
Who had a double to start the game, but
right.
Got thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple.
So Horton at second, Elledge at first.
Low strike.
First time up. Abdul Rashid doubled on our first pitch. Another called strike. 0-2 count. Riders with 5 runs this inning. And that one's fouled back. On 8 hits, Benny.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, and again, talk about the approach on 0-2. She doesn't take a two strike swing. She just tries to rip another one.
Kruger on the mound, ready to go. Outside pitch. Not a bad idea with an 0-2 count. Misses for a ball. Hey, Benny, we're talking about the Riders here with 5 spot here in the first. First State Military Academy got a win the other day. Yesterday. Ooh, that one right back through the box. Hits the pitcher. And they still get the out, the final out of the inning to end this first with the Riders up 5-0. But First State Military Academy gets a 33, I believe it was 18 win over Dickinson. They scored 20 runs in 1 inning.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. That umpire's nightmare. All right. Folks, we'll take a quick commercial timeout. Your score at the end of 1 inning. The Caesar Rodney Riders 5 and the Sussex Tech Ravens 0. We'll be right back.
Home has never been more important. Today, our homes serve us in more ways than ever before. Our experienced Capstone Homes team can help you design and build a home for you and your family. We offer an amazing new home experience that earned us the Sussex County Custom Home Builder of the Year Award. At Capstone Homes, you get a fully custom home with in-house drafting, design, customer care, and quality craftsmanship for an amazing value. Create your new home that will serve you better. Create a Capstone Home.
It's a challenging market. You're well aware of that. Edward Jones is too, which is why we're here. Ready to listen and ready to help you find opportunity. Something we've been doing since 1922 in good markets and bad.
So, let's talk.
Edward Jones, it's time for investing to feel individual.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. And Ravens come up to bat here, down 5-0, here to start the second inning.
Brent Parker up first. Takes it high and outside for a ball from Shields. Now, let me expound on that First State Military game from yesterday. I shortchanged them. They scored 22 runs in 1 inning, Benny. They win 33-18, and guess how many hits they got in the game? 2.
Oh, my goodness.
33 runs on 2 hits.
Coaching a travel ball game where we came out and the other team put an 18 spot on us in the first inning. And we answered it with a 17 spot, and that was the final score.
Get out of here.
Nick, kid you not. Down Sports at the Beach.
Swing and a miss on an off-speed pitch from Shields. 2 balls and a strike to Brent Parker. Playing first base now. Started the game in the circle. Only got a third of an inning in. Parker swings and misses at another off-speed offer.
She's got them swinging through these. It looks like she might have a little bit of drop on this here.
Yeah, a lot of movement.
They're definitely, and it looks like she may have pulled her head just a little bit, but they're definitely swinging over top of this ball.
She might see another one. 2-2 count. Shields to Parker. Yeah, she goes outside with it and has run the count full.
Also want to thank Bob Brown, athletic director here at Caesar Rodney High School, getting us set up, some electric, and always welcoming here at Caesar Rodney High School.
Swing and a miss on yet a third off-speed pitch to get the strikeout to start this second inning. And that's 3 straight strikeouts for Shields.
Started off with a double, and you talk about selling down early.
Brings up the catcher, Journey Hopkins, for the Ravens. Takes a ball outside. I'm sure the fans can hear the wind in our headsets.
Yeah, we're about 15 miles an hour easy.
Goes in tight this time.
She put something on that, Glenn. Took a little something off it, had a little bit of movement, and moved the shoulders of the batter. Good pitch there by Shields.
Yeah, 1-1 count to the catcher, Hopkins. Missed just a little bit high. 2-1. Sussex Tech trying to work a little deeper counts here on Shields in this second inning. See a few more pitches. Swing and a miss.
Again, right over top the ball.
Yep. Evens the count at 2-2.
Glenn, I wonder how much I'm noticing now with the COVID fans in the outfield. That's probably going to be a thing that lasts.
I think so.
They're all kicked back and joining the game straight three.
Swing and a miss on an outside pitch. 2 gone here in the top of the second inning. And again, 4 straight strikeouts now for Shields as she gets the designated player, Chloe Calloway. As Coach Marvel is now giving some instructions to his batter. Oh, well, when we had that change in the lineup, they've inserted Schaub into that spot.
Right.
So Schaub, who came in to play third base.
I believe Marvel won a state title early 2010, 2011 era. And then went to Delmarva Christian, I believe, for a couple of years, and now is back with the Ravens.
Okay. A little bit of history there on the head coach. And on the other side, in the other dugout for Caesar Rodney.
Well, you don't get more Caesar Rodney than the name Boris. It's as simple as that. Sky Boris was a player here and a coach here.
2 fouls.
I believe she also coaches the Unified basketball. Yeah,
that's right, yep.
Go back to the days of the quarterback and wrestler Keith Boris.
Oh, boy, another off-speed offering. This one, the left fielder has for the Riders. That's Riley Elledge, and that ends the top of the second inning.
She just glided under that ball.
Yeah, 3 up, 3 down. Riders on top by score 5-0, and they'll come up to bat here in the second after this.
And welcome back to Camden, Wyoming. Caesar Rodney High School, where the Riders have a 5-0 lead headed into the bottom of the second inning. So great coaching on both sides there, Glenn. I saw as the teams, the players that are not in the game are active between innings, you know, in case they have to be a pinch runner, eyeing up the pitcher, getting some throwing in, and not letting the players get stale on the bench.
As well they should. That's a good job of coaching and good discipline by the players.
So here we go. The Riders second at bat as they lead 5-0.
McCarthy leads off, the second baseman, singled her first time up. Takes an outside strike from Kylie Kruger. Riders with a crooked number in that first inning, getting a 5 spot. Another outside pitch, a little bit too far out. Count goes to 1-1.
I have to tell you, Glenn, I'm going to have to get the cleanser out for this laptop when I get home. This pollen is not a joke.
Swinging an outside pitch, so a ball and 2 strikes to McCarthy, who singled and scored in the first on that home run by pitcher Peyton Shields. She's on deck. Doing it all so far today.
Yeah, helping herself out a little.
Swing and a miss and a strikeout. The first rider to strike out in the ball game, and obviously Kruger's first K.
You know, Sussex Tech here now, they got their new pitcher in. Kruger's done a good job. She stopped the bleeding. Now she's got her own inning here, and she gets the first out with a strikeout. And the Ravens, just what they need to do is just take little bites of the apple, Glenn. Don't try to get them all back. You've got 6 innings to play, 7 innings to play to get this all back.
All right, here's Shields, who homered her first time up. That was the 3rd home run of the season for the Riders.
And she got every bit of it, and I think the wind's blowing even harder right now towards us.
See if they try to keep it away from her and down low as well. And it got a strike call there.
I'd already clicked the ball.
Did you? I thought the bottom dropped out of it, but maybe not after it crossed the plate. There's another low pitch and another called strike. So a 2-2 count on Peyton Shields. Kruger doing a good job keeping the ball down on her. And she fouls that one off. Defensive swing. Number 2 and number 4 in the latest rankings. Riders ranked number 2 and Sussex Tech 4. Sussex Central ranked number 1.
Everybody chasing the Golden Knights right now here in midseason.
There's a swing. She went down and golfed it, and
what a catch!
By the center fielder, comes sliding through there.
Great camera work by Trey Mitchell. That could be a top 10 play of the week right there.
Lania Lewis timed that dive perfectly, and it took an outstanding play to retire Peyton Shields.
Yes, it did. We'll have to mark that one there on the video for get some Raven love.
I'm telling
on the
you,
top 10.
That was a lemon snow cone there. A little bit of yellow hanging out of that glove, but great job by Lania Lewis to hold on to that one when she hit the ground. Deputy's up now. She doubled back in the first inning. I say back in the first inning. It was just last inning. Swings at a low pitch, goes the opposite way with it. Second base bobbles, throws to first, still got her. And a 1-2-3 inning for the Ravens and pitcher Kylie Kruger. So we're through 2. It's 5-0. Caesar Rodney.
In life, some things just go together. Like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back to Henlopen Conference Softball. Riders and Ravens. Caesar Rodney with the 5-0 lead. Glenn, kind of a busy week here with with Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports. And last night, big top 1-2 lacrosse game up at Abyssinia Stadium, where Slasiana pulls off a 1-goal victory over Cape Henlopen, the number 2 team in the state. And, right at the ending of the final seconds of the game, they get the goal. And then, what do you got coming up softball-wise this week?
Don't think we have any more softball games on tap. We got a big one coming up Thursday that we won't be broadcasting, but the Sussex Tech Ravens visit Smyrna. Baseball action, got a doubleheader at Frawley tomorrow. And then Friday night we have Sussex Central against DMA. That should be a good one.
Yes, sir. Both Sussex Central teams on the come up right now, baseball and softball. And there's that low strike again the umpire likes, so he's being consistent with it.
Should be Lacate's up to bat. I just want to check and make sure, and indeed it is. Victoria Lacate's the right fielder. Swing, and she really pulled that one just past her coach.
And into the dugout.
So to say she was out in front of that one just a little bit
she
would be an
was.
understatement. Kate's the number 9 hitter, so Kayla Evans will be on deck. She has the only hit of the game for the Ravens. Doubled the lead off the game for them. Made it to third base and was stranded there. Looked like Shields kind of lost the handle on that one. One of those rollers to the catcher. Pop-up, infield. Third baseman calling, and that wind just took it right away from her. Third baseman Rachel McCleary, who made a nice play earlier in the game, couldn't get a hold of that one.
Yeah, she got a late start getting over there. Misplayed it a little, and he's going to get a runner on base to start the inning.
Second time in 3 innings, the Ravens have gotten a leadoff runner on base, so that brings up Evans. She's 1 for 1. There's a shot right up the middle, make her 2 for 2. Fielded by center field, and the Ravens get the first 2 on to start the third.
So like I said, pitcher stopped the bleeding. Then she gets a no run. She gets the next inning through the next inning with no score, and now your runners are first and second. Just take little bites of the apple. Don't try to eat the whole thing at once. Get yourself back in this game, and then strike.
Key batter right now in this inning is Penrod. Grounded out third to first on a nice play by the Riders McCleary in the first inning. Got that runner over to third in the process. Low pitch dug out nicely by the Riders catcher, Stacy Deputy.
Left-handed catcher.
Yeah, you don't see that too often. High and outside for ball 2. So Shields, Peyton Shields, facing a little bit of adversity here in the top of the third.
Well, she did in the top of the first, too, and got herself through it. And so we'll see if she can do it again.
Fouled off right side, now to play for a strike. 2 balls and a strike to Penrod, the second baseman for the Ravens. Nice pitch. Man, must have been a little bit high. 3-1. Carly Penrod.
Yeah, she's going to look for something. One speed, one spot right here down the middle.
Takes low, and it'll be ball 4, and the sacks are loaded here for Ravens to start out the third inning. It brings up Kylie Kruger. Started the game at third, is now the pitcher. And she could really help her cause right here. Sussex Tech trying to get back into the ball game here in the top of the third, trailing 5-0.
Well, ideally they want to get a couple of these in. Cut this lead down a little bit, maybe 3 runs in. Obviously, you'd like to get them all in with bases loaded, no outs, but you just got to get what you can get right now and get yourself back in this game first. And that's that low pitch he likes.
Got a called strike there. Getting ahead of Kruger.
I remember back in the first inning, Glenn, Tech batters were just swinging over the ball and
just missing outside.
And now this inning, a walk and a couple base hits, and they're right back in business.
They're being a little more patient at the plate.
Yeah, absolutely
here.
They are.
That is hit in the air. Right side, it's going to be foul and out of play. So a ball and 2 strikes on Kruger with nobody out here and the base is full. In the top of the third for the Ravens.
And when you say key batter, it's not only a key batter for the Ravens right now, Glenn. I think it's key batter for Shields, too, to try to get an out here. And even if you give up 1 run, you need to get an out.
Ground ball hard right at the second baseman. She goes home with it, and they get the force. So there's 1 out.
Great adjustment. Initially, a little bobble to the ball. She didn't get it cleanly, but she moved her feet, got in position to throw as she picked up the ball, gets it home. Good job, get the out, and negate the run.
So LeCate's out, forced out at home. That brings up Lanaya Lewis, the center fielder, who made an outstanding diving catch.
Oh, absolute web gem there in that last inning.
And, we had front row seats for that one.
Yes, we did.
She was either going to make an outstanding play or the Riders were going to get a few runs.
Yes, they were.
Get one run, maybe.
Folks, you're watching Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports. Benny Mitchell with Glenn Frazier. Trey Mitchell on the camera here, live from Canton, Wyoming, home of the Caesar Rodney Riders.
So Peyton Shields, who loaded the bases here with no outs, got the first force out at home, holding on to the shutout, and now the Riders just want an out somewhere, anywhere.
She is really disciplined with that low strike length. She keeps the ball down and forced infield play at the plate on the last batter.
Lewis struck out her first time up swinging at that off-speed pitch.
And did it again.
On that outside corner. So now, big pitch here for Shields. Has Lewis in the hole 0-2. She can get the second out, then an out anywhere. Too low and outside, but again, smart idea. Go ahead and waste one. If you're going to swing at something, it's going to be a bad pitch. Out of the zone, a ball and 2 strikes.
See if Shields goes back outside and up this time. We've seen her do that a couple times ahead of the count. There it is.
Yeah, that's up high for ball. 2-2 count to Lanaya Lewis. She got wood on it, or aluminum, and that got just under the glove of the shortstop. 2 runs will come in. Throws offline, but Lewis will not take second. So runners on the corners. It's now a 5-2 game with 1 out. I think that's got to go in the books as an error.
Error, yeah. That was the second one of the game, both down there at third base. 2 runs in for the Ravens.
So Lewis not only makes the defensive play of the game so far, she gets a big at bat there for Sussex Tech. Gets them a couple runs. Megan Sterling, the left fielder, up now. She struck out in the first.
And the wind really blowing into our face right now, Glenn. The wind's picked up quite a bit.
Fouled straight back. Ball and a strike to Sterling. With Kruger over at third base and Lewis at first. Sussex Tech must really respect the arm of the Riders' catcher deputy, as they're not trying to take that base with runners on the corners.
There it is.
There she goes, and they got her. Throw home. They're going to sacrifice a run for an out. Oh, he's calling her safe? I saw a tag on the shoulder when coming in on the slide. Wow.
So I guess he's saying she was in before the tag. So that's going to bring a run in, 5-3. And just by 7 that base is loaded, they want to get 2 or 3 out of this. Now they can go for a little bit more. Now they can get a little hungry.
Yep, Ravens have gotten themselves back in the game here in the top of the third. It's 5-3, runner on second. That pitch is in there for a called strike on Sterling, a ball and 2 strikes. Brent Parker on deck. That went down low for a ball. Full count. Shields delivery.
Oh, shot.
A rocket shot. If that's fair, it's a foul ball. And that would have made it a 1-run game.
With a runner in scoring position at that. So 2-2 here. I wouldn't be surprised with that. After that low off speed, if she doesn't go a little up and away, a little more speed on the ball, see if she can get her to chase it. Although it hasn't worked, it's kind of been where she's been going in this game. And there it is.
And it goes the other way with a right field. That's going to be over the right fielder's head.
She did not get a beat on that ball at all. She kind of hesitated.
Heading to third base and make it with a triple. Tying run at third with 1 out here in the top of the third inning for Sussex Tech.
Shield's getting roughed up a little bit of everything here, Glenn. A walk, a couple big hits, a couple errors, and now they're down. They're down a run with a runner on third.
Up a run, yeah.
Up a run with a runner on third.
Yeah.
And that's going to bring manager Sky Boris out of the dugout and have a little meeting. She brings the whole team in on this one.
Try to do what they can to keep that tie and run from scoring, but at this point, you got to limit the damage and get an out somewhere too.
Right, just one out.
Bryn Parker will be up.
You know, in the first 2 innings, she had the strikeout pitch going, and just not been able to get back to it.
Well, the Ravens started running some deeper counts in the second inning.
Yeah.
There was 2 full counts, even though she got strikeouts. And Parker is one of the batters that ran the count full her last time up. So Sterling at third with that triple. Just the one out. And a 5-4 ball game. Ravens trailing by 1. Parker fouls this one straight back and out of play.
That bringing everybody in, that might be what you call the wake-up mound visit there, Glenn. Everybody wake up, you know.
Yeah.
Kind of on their heels and,
settle the troops down.
That's right.
Hopkins on deck. There's a called strike, so an 0-2 count on Parker. And I think she got ahead of her 0-2 the last time she came up, and then she ended up running the count full.
When she gets ahead in the count, she does like to nickel dime the plate, and this time she goes right after her.
Opposite direction, foul down the first base side. So still 0-2.
Yeah, she likes to work the edges of the zone when she gets ahead. That time she did, and that time she went right at her. And let's see if that's part of what was talked about in that meeting on the mound. Don't let these batters get away.
Right. There's the 0-2 pitch.
Right down the middle.
Just a little high. 1-2. We're in the top of the third inning here from Caesar Rodney against Sussex Tech. Ravens ranked 4th, Riders 2nd. And it's a 1-run game at this point. Hearing a little noise from the baseball game behind us.
Over there. And we'll see if we can get a score at this next half inning. Sussex Tech, another team in the hunt in boys baseball.
Oh, that shot right up the middle. I could see that one coming. And it's a tie ball game here in the top of the third. On an RBI single by Parker.
It looked like that ball got on her quick, Glenn. She dove maybe just a little early, but just over takes a bounce just over the glove.
That was hard hit. That got you right. It got to her
quick.
So fast.
Yeah.
So that brings up Journey Hopkins, the catcher. Struck out last inning. Takes outside for a ball.
Ravens waking their bats up here in the third inning. Tied it all up 5-5 with one out here in the third, top of the third.
And they've done it on 3 hits and 2 errors and a walk. Gets a called strike down in the zone. Evens a count of 1-1 to Hopkins. Parker at first base. Off-speed pitch, and that's another called strike on the outside corner. Ball and 2 strikes. Tie ball game now here in the top of the third.
A little late.
Yep, fouled away. Right side.
Lost the handle on the bat, too.
Not too many fans. I guess you're not allowed to sit in the bleachers.
They're all out
period,
here.
right?
They're all out here with us.
All in the all spread all around the perimeter of the outfield and down the lines.
Bleachers closed off.
Mm-hmm. That was a ball, so it's 2-2.
And here at Caesar Rodney, that the former field hockey and field backs up to that third base dugout.
Called strike inside corner.
So they only have the bleachers on one side. Sorry, Glenn, step over you there.
That's okay. Shields needed that out. And now the 9th batter of the inning.
So both teams have had an inning where they batted around.
Here's Schaub. Right up the middle, slow roller, second base over to first, and the Riders finally get out of the inning, but we're all tied up going to the bottom of the third. It's 5-5.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. For you parents watching from Georgetown, maybe have a son on the baseball team. After 3 innings, it's Caesar Rodney 2, Sussex Tech 1 over on the baseball diamond here. Then we're on 5-5, and the Riders are coming to bat.
And both teams got all their runs in 1 inning. Riders did their 5 spot in the first, and the Ravens just got their 5 in the top of the third. So let's see if that picks them up here defensively a little bit.
Yeah, and since Kruger came in the game, the Riders have not scored.
Thanks to Lania Lewis.
Yeah.
Called strike to Rachel McCleary, the Rider third baseman, to lead off the bottom of the third here. Another called strike. 0-2 count. Kylie Kruger on the hill, the sophomore for the Ravens. I say the hill, it's flat.
That's it, the circle.
It's a circle. It's the rubber.
Yeah.
And that one was just outside for a ball. 1-2. Slow pitch, fouled it off.
Off for shin.
A little off speed from Kruger.
See some of the old Little League days, Glenn, with the dual field where you use for baseball and softball, and
right.
Baseball coaches run out there, and the first thing they do is they rake that circle off the field like it's going to get in the way.
Tough for the softball players, too, to have that mound behind them. 2-2 count to Rachel McCleary. Singled her first time up and scored. Flied onto the right side, foul and out of play.
That has hit that woman's chair twice today. She might want to move. just 6 inches either way, because she's been hit. She got hit once, and the second one got a chow. She hit the road.
That's what you call a definite ball magnet.
Yes. Make her player of the game for catching too, right?
All right, Kruger is ready. 2-2 delivery, swung on and lined right to the shortstop. That's Kayla Evans, who gets the first out here, and the Rider half of the third. Five in a row now retired by Kruger since she's come in the ball game. And there's a called strike to the Rider shortstop, Hatch.
Oh,
swing
lifted.
a drive to left. Left fielder says she's got it, and she does. Putting that ball away is Megan Sterling for the Ravens. We're out number 2.
I'll tell you what, as a pitcher right now, you do not want a ball getting up in this wind because it is blowing strongly to us. I mean, you can probably hear it through the microphones.
Six in a row now retired by Kruger. And there's a ball to the designated player, Caitlin Horton. Off-speed pitch. Yeah, in there for a strike. So 1-1 count to Horton. She also singled back in the first. And that one just fouled down the first base side. Ball and 2 strikes to Horton with Schmidt on deck. And Kruger, she's settled in. Waste to pitch there, 2-2.
Taking that, I've not been out to this complex, well, once earlier this year, but since 2012, when my son graduated, they have done a lot out here.
Yes. There's a swing and a drive to right. Coming in, couldn't quite make that shoestring catch. So Horton on for the second time. Gets a 2-out hit. And that brings up Schmidt, who flied out to right field, her only at bat. Yeah, they have done a great job out here. They really fixed up the field hockey.
They put in the turf field and then gave them a practice field over here. 2 diamonds, 1 for softball, 1 for baseball. So now your JV and varsity can both practice. And they have additional fields down there behind the other parking lot. So they've taken their land and have done a lot of work here.
And they had the space to do it, too. There's a drive to right side, and that falls in for a hit. Runners at first and second. The Riders trying to get a 2-out rally going here.
And wait, Glenn, till you hit football season and see that new entrance to the stadium. Big new brick entrance down there. And credit the administration here and the school board and Bob Brown for the ideas. And they got the referendum passed, and a lot of improvements to this school.
Brings up the slap hitter, Elledge, who singled her first time up. She takes strike on a slap attempt. Top of the order. Up next for the Riders. Swing on an outside pitch, and that is a tough one for a slap hitter to get without stepping out of the box.
Right.
So an 0-2 count now. That one either further outside for a ball.
Kruger working that one outside a little bit, sees what she's doing here and making the adjustment.
Elledge gets it, punches it out to short, though to first in time to get the final out of the inning. We are through 3 innings here from Caesar Rodney. We're all tied up 5-5.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Crust & Craft in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. Come check us out. Located just south of the movies at Midway on Coastal Highway, Crust & Craft specializes in wood-fired pizza, homemade pasta, fresh salads, and unique appetizers. Crust & Craft also has an extensive beer list featuring local and award-winning craft beers. The culinary team prides itself on using fresh ingredients and serving beautiful dishes. Crust & Craft open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner on Coastal Highway in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Crust & Craft in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware.
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health-screened craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff.
And our customers.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School, 5-5, top of the 4th. Here we go, Glenn.
At bottom of the order, Victoria Legates. And she reached on an error the first time up. Let's see if Peyton Shields kind of settles back in here after giving up that 5 spot last inning. The Ravens trying to keep the momentum going. Called strike on the outside part of the plate.
Again, you're going back to your low and away and staying disciplined. And that's, other than that one inning, when the Ravens got there, that's where she was keeping it.
Swing at a high pitch and foul back and out.
She left that one up a little bit.
2 strikes on Legates. Caesar Rodney, I believe, next week has Sussex Central.
Is that
they
here?
do. Yeah, that's next Tuesday. called strike on LeCates and a strikeout for Shields.
Kind of tough for us to cover in Sussex County with the 4:15 starts, with me being the only guy down there right now this time of year.
Yeah.
4:15 is just right. It's even rough to get somebody from one side of the county to the other.
Yeah.
Only me, the retired guy with the company.
So depending on what happens in this game here today, those two could possibly still be 1 and 2.
Correct,
when they meet next Tuesday.
But in the last inning, the Ravens put this one back in doubt.
Right. Leadoff batter, Kayla Evans up. Takes a strike. Shortstop, she's 2 for 2 in the game. Doubled and singles, scored a run. Stranded at third base back in the first inning. Down low for a ball.
Shields showing a little respect here to the batter. She's gotten to her twice today and trying to keep it low and away.
Ground ball. Diving
Nice
stop
play.
made by second base. Throw to first. Got her out. Good play by McCarthy.
Giving us some web gems here today, Glenn, here on Delaware Live Sports, powered by 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell. With me today, Glenn Frazier on the camera, Trey Mitchell.
Yeah, we've seen some offense and some leather. So 2 retired here. Top of the 4th, and there's a called strike on Penrod.
I think if you're Coach Boris right now, if you can get out of this inning 1, 2, 3, bring your team back in and say, hey, here we go. Just like the first inning again, we got to have a scoreless. Let's put some runs on the board.
Just a little bit too high for a ball. 1-1 count to Penrod. The Riders will have top of the order coming up in their half of the 4th. Yeah, that one's high and outside. 2-1 to Penrod with Kruger on deck. Shields turned around and looked at shortstop. Just misses on the outside part of the plate and has now run the count 3-1 on Penrod. She walked last time on a 3-1 count.
That was the at-bat we thought was key in the inning, too.
Yeah, loaded the bases, didn't it? She does it again. This time a 2-out walk with the bases empty. That brings up Kruger. She scored a run last inning. Reached on a fielder's choice. Good play from the second baseman, McCarthy, who went home and got the force out.
Nice pitch.
Yep, called strike.
I think with this win right now, especially, you don't want any pop-ups. She's doing a good job keeping it down. Wants a ground ball here, and because anything up high in the infield is going to be hard to play.
Foul ball down the right field line. Yeah, the pop-ups have been an adventure today.
Yeah, the fly balls are fun. It's the pop-ups that get up, go straight up, and then it's been a real challenge for the infielders.
So an 0-2 count on Kruger. With Penrod at first for the Ravens and 2 outs here. There's one flied in the right center gap, and that's going to fall for a hit.
Oh, cuts it
they
off
might
nicely.
score a run here. Being waved home and scoring. Now they're going to have a play at second, and sliding in safely is Kruger. Kruger with a single, drives in a run, and the Ravens have the lead at 6-5.
First lead of the game for the Ravens.
And they do it with 2 outs, and here comes Lanaya Lewis, who had that.
Well, the right fielder, London, did a good job of getting over there and cutting that from going to the fence, but cut off maybe it was a little too deep and ends up a run.
Lewis has struck out, and then she reached on an error last inning. Now they're going to run for the pitcher, Kruger.
So Kruger, a couple big hits in this game. Big RBI there. She's come in and she's put the Riders' bats to sleep a little bit here. She's done a good job coming in to the circle, helping herself out.
Trying to see who this is running at second. Those ponytails getting away.
Yeah, they do. 25?
That's what it is. That's Shania Lewis.
Strike on the call.
Lanaya Lewis at the plate.
So I guess Kruger has to go out because there's 2 outs.
You can freely substitute base runners for pitchers and catchers.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I know in baseball, I think you have to sub for them to keep the game moving.
Swing and a miss.
She's back to that pitch she had going early in the game, getting them to swing over it, a little bit ahead. Let's see if she comes back with the same pitch.
1-2 count on Lanaya Lewis. Shields trying to get out of this inning without any further damage.
Nope, she goes up and out.
2-2 count. Ravens trying to get another run across here in the top of the 4th. Come from behind. They were down 5-0. Now they're up 6-5. There's a swing and an outside pitch, and that will end the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Riders will come up trailing 6-5.
And welcome back to Henlopen Conference Softball. Sussex Tech takes their first lead of the game. They go up 6-5 here in the 4th. And the Riders coming to bat in the bottom of the 4th.
And they'll start it off for the top of the order. Abdul Rashid, who has retired short to first and doubled back in the first inning. 1 for 2 in the ball game. Got a final for you upstate in softball this afternoon. Mount Pleasant 6, Archmere 1. Mount Pleasant, a much improved softball team this year.
Sounds like the Blue Hen Conference in general is improved.
There are several teams that have been down for a while. That one just bounced over the pitcher's head out into center field for a single. Second hit of the game for Abdul Rashid. And she's a good one to get on to lead off the inning with her speed. Brings up McCarthy, who has struck out and single, 1 for 2. Scored a run back in the first. And she's up there to try to get Abdul Rashid over. And she bunts it foul for a strike. McCarthy, the second baseman, made a couple of nice defensive plays in this game. Remember, she went to her to her left side, reached across her body, and dove on a ground ball and got to put out the assist. Another bunt attempt. She deadened it nice, but again couldn't get it in fair territory. 0-2 count on McCarthy. Doubt she'll be bunting now. Swing and a miss.
Swing and a miss.
Big out for Kruger.
And here's the part of the order that did the damage in the first.
Shields, she has a 2-run home run, and then she was robbed by Lewis, the center fielder, on a line shot. Takes a low strike. Yeah, Benny, you were talking about the Blue Hen Conference. Concord is much better this year. Middletown's better. William Penn is better. Apo has gone the other direction.
Right.
They just
Cesar Rodney just beat Middletown last Friday up there.
That's another team that's a little better this year, Middletown program. That's outside for a ball. And don't get me wrong, Brian Timpson's Jaguars have played a really tough schedule. They've lost to some very good competition, so they still have time to change things up. That one's fouled down the first base side.
Well, with the open tournament, too.
Right.
They decided to go to open tournaments with baseball and softball. So everybody's got a shot now. And the way this season's going, everybody's got a shot now.
Yeah. It's all going to depend on the seeding at the end of the season. Kind of punched that one to the right side, right to the right fielder. And for the second time, Shields is lined out. Second out of the inning after the leadoff runner got on. That brings up Stacy Deputy, who is 1 for 2 with a double and a run scored.
Kruger has definitely silenced the Riders' bats, at least as far as, they're putting the bat on the ball. But right to people, ground balls, and I don't think she's even let up a hit since she came in, right? I know she hasn't let up any runs.
Well, you got a leadoff hit.
That's right, your leadoff hit here, yeah.
And she gave up 2 hits last inning with 2 outs. We had those 2 singles, yeah. That's the hardest hit ball was that line drive for the out. Deputy goes down and gets that one. That is past the outstretched glove of the second baseman.
She hesitated.
Yep. On her way to third and sliding in safe is Abdul Rashid. So now the Riders have the tying run at third with 2 outs. After the single by Deputy.
That was the same thing that happened on her double in the first inning. She's not picking the sign up until she gets to second base. She hesitates. She makes the advances on that one, but she's got to learn to pick that sign up. She don't have to watch the ball. Coach will tell her where to be.
Right. But it's young athletes
do
that a lot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she's picking up that sign picking up that go sign really late.
Looked like a ball one to McCleary, who's 1 for 2 in the game. She has a single, scored a run, and lined out to the shortstop. And she takes that inside for ball 2. Two outs here, bottom of the 4th inning. Off-speed pitch. That's in there for a strike, isn't it? Or did he call that a ball?
I think he called it a ball.
Wow. Okay, 3-0 count.
He does not like that up and out, I'm telling you. Because Shields has struggled with getting that call as well.
Can't imagine it. McCleary will be given a green light. There's a called strike down low. 3-1. Another off-speed pitch called a strike this time. Outside corner, full count. So Deputy will be off and running on first base.
That's a base hit here, and that could be trouble.
Ball 4. And the bases are full for Hatch, who tripled back in the first inning.
Well, Kruger now she's starting to work the corners a little bit, maybe not getting the call, but sorry, I was looking at my phone.
Hatch takes a called strike.
But now with Hatch, there's nowhere to put her, so you're going to have to challenge her.
Yeah. She flied out the left her last at bat and then had that triple in the right center gap in the first inning. Pops it up in the infield, and what a diving catch by the shortstop to get the final out of the inning. Kayla Evans with a great effort there, and that will end the 4th. So it's still the Ravens 6 and the Riders 5.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Soto Concepts.
And today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a Wine Spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
See you soon.
Hi, it's Scott and Lauren from Soto
Concepts. It's never been more important. Today, our homes serve us in more ways than ever before. Our experienced Capstone Homes team can help you design and build a home for you and your family. We offer an amazing new home experience that earned us the Sussex County Custom Home Builder of the Year award. At Capstone Homes, you get a fully custom home with in-house drafting, design, customer care, and quality craftsmanship for an amazing value. Create your new home that will serve you better. Create a Capstone.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. 6-5 is your score with the Ravens in the lead as we go to the top of the 5th. And it looked like the Riders were going straight there, Glenn, but an outstanding play by the shortstop. Two great defensive plays in this game by Sussex Tech.
Kayla Evans made that diving catch on the pop-up in the infield with bases loaded and 2 outs. That was just outstanding. She just got to that, just like earlier when center fielder Lanaya Lewis, that diving, sliding catch on the line drive off the bat of Peyton Shields.
We know last week top 10 plays kind of filled with baseball. This week looked like there's going to be some softball plays in there. You got the walk-off hit in the Caravel-Smyrna game. You got a home run here today, some great defensive plays on both sides of the field. Girls doing it their way, trying to get themselves into the top 10, and some love from Delaware Live and 302 Sports.
Top of the 5th inning, Megan Sterling, left fielder's up, takes a called strike there.
That's what they call girl power, right?
Yes. Sterling has tripled and struck out in the game. She scored a run. 1 for 2. Fouls that one straight back. Sterling, Parker, and Hopkins, the 3 due up here for the Ravens in this top of the 5th inning. Sussex Tech, a run up on the Riders, 6-5 after trailing 5-0. Shields' pitch got her to go fishing after that low pitch.
Took a little something off that, and you could tell her that not really sure if I want to make this swing. I better get something on it.
Defensive swing by Sterling. She's hanging in there with a couple of strikes. Shields checks that wristband, gets the pitch, goes outside corner and misses. Doesn't get Sterling to go for that one.
He's tried to stretch the strike zone just a little bit, but Sterling not going for it.
Fouls that one off on the right side. So good job by Sterling to just fight off a couple of pitches out of the zone. Nice little battle here between these two. Strikeout. Good pitch by Shields. Good movement.
I have to tell you, Glenn, it's starting to feel like spring has sprung. Short sleeves today. I think the first time we've all been in shorts and short sleeves this season is hitting 70 degrees.
Well, cameraman a couple of games. Mike Lang has had shorts. He started the game with shorts.
He wears shorts all the time. He gets on me about wearing flip-flops. I mean,
called strike to Bryn Parker, who has a single and has struck out. That last strikeout of Sterling, the 7th strikeout of the game for Shields. Got her fishing on a low pitch.
Did. She's starting to look like she did earlier in the game now. She's getting them chasing, getting them over top of the ball. And now they're just going to get the bats going there in the next inning. But Sussex Tech done a great job coming back down 5-0. You scratch and claw and get yourself back in this game.
Low and outside. Parker didn't go for that one. A ball and 2 strikes. Hopkins on deck. Parker started the game in the circle. Lasted just a third of an inning as the Riders pounded the ball in that first inning, and she goes down swinging here.
Again, say they're finishing over top of the ball.
Second strikeout of this inning for Shields, 8th of the game. And it brings up Journey Hopkins, the catcher, and she has struck out twice. Again, the Riders, a week from today, will travel to Georgetown to take on Sussex Central. Big game in the Henlopen North. And Sussex Tech, they'll be back up here in Kent County on Thursday to take on the Smyrna Eagles.
The Central team is not just Madge Layfield. They're putting a bat on the ball, too.
Hopkins fouled that one off, 1-1 count. Yes, they are. And I think a lot of people around the state early on were looking at Caravel and DMA as a couple of the top teams, and now it's reflected in this week's top 10. We've got 3 of the top 4 from the Henlopen.
Big baseball game going on at the beach today is Cape and Lopen and Sussex Central playing today at Cape and Lopen, both with 1 loss on the season.
Here's a 1-2 pitch. Right side, line shot. And that's a fair ball. That's going to go all the way to the fence. Hopkins around second, headed to third.
A double cut.
Almost sent her home, but she has a 2-out triple, her first hit of the game. And that's the third triple of the game.
These girls are putting the ball to the fence today. I mean, they have had, since the beginning, of hitting the ball to the gap. And look, even some of these balls that have been caught were in the gap.
Second triple for Sussex Tech. The Riders got one from Hatch back in the first inning. So now a 2-out base runner at third. Ravens trying to add another run to their lead. Ball down low to Schaub. She came into the game in the first inning to play third base when Kruger went to the pitcher's circle. Called strike on the inside corner, 1-1 count. Riders will have the bottom of the order coming up for them in the bottom of the fifth. Shot right up the middle. That's going to get a run home. It's now 7-5, the Ravens. Good piece of hitting that time by Schaub, her first hit of the game.
Yeah, it's going to give them a 2-run lead. So starting to build that cushion here as we go in the late innings. The Riders, they're going to have to answer. They're going to get out of this, and then they're going to have to answer something they haven't done since the first inning.
And they've had a couple of threats. They got a couple runners on in the fourth, couple on in the third, but couldn't get anybody home. Here's LeCates. She takes a called strike on the inside part of the plate. LeCates is 0 for 2, reached on an error and struck out. There's a shot to center.
It's over her head.
Over the center fielder's head. This might be another run. I think it's going to be. And Schaub's going to drive in a run. It's now 8-5 Sussex Tech. A double for Victoria LeCates.
Both teams here, Glenn, have, just hitting with power today. Balls to the fence, in the gap, over their heads. Impressive game, both teams.
That brings it us to the top of the order, and Kayla Evans, 2 for 3. As now we have a meeting at the mound with head coach Boris and the infield of the Riders. Probably had to pitch Boris here with another runner in scoring position. She's been hot today. And it took a real good play by the Riders' second baseman, McCarthy, to get her out.
And end the inning. So here we go, Glenn. As we talk about making sense of the line score. Riders out hitting the Ravens with the Ravens outscoring the Riders.
Right. Well, the Riders had, 8 hits in that first inning?
That's right.
And I believe they have at least 12 now. Is that right?
I have them for 11, but I could have missed one.
There's a low pitch for a ball. Yeah, it might have been one of those questionable ones, whether it was reaching on an error or a hit. Ground ball on the left side. Third baseman bobbles it. They're not going to get anybody out. Well, no, they've got their base runner at second and a run down, and they make the tag. That will go 5-6 on that put out to end the top of the fifth inning. But 2 more runs for the Ravens, and they now lead 8-5.
That's a great heads-up play by McCleary there. She bobbled the ball, didn't panic, and then didn't throw it across the field. So we'll take a commercial timeout. We'll be back with the bottom of the fifth. And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. The Riders up in the bottom of the fifth for the baseball fans down there in Sussex Tech. The Riders batting in the bottom of the fifth. They lead 3-1 in baseball. Not the same story here on the softball field.
And usually that's the kind of score you see in a softball game.
Right.
2-1, 3-1. Not today. It's 8-5, and now the Riders batting. In the bottom of the fifth inning, it's designated player Caitlin Horton.
Wow.
She rips one, but the
Second
right
under it.
fielder hasn't played. And there's out number one here in the fifth.
Well, this is the second one of these shootouts. It's at least the second one the Ravens have been in this year.
Right.
The last one they dropped to Laurel, and I believe that was like a 10-9 or 9-8.
11-10, yeah. Well, that brings up Ashlyn Schmidt, first baseman. 1 for 2 this afternoon, flied out to right field and singled. Yeah, the Riders I have the Riders with 12 hits, Benny.
Okay.
Got 2 hits in the fourth, 2 in the third, and then that 8 spot in the first. Here's a shot coming out
That's
that
out.
way. That is
That's gone.
Way out of here, and that makes it an 8-6 ball game.
Right over the cameraman's head.
Well, that you could tell that one was going off the bat.
Yeah, Jerry said, I can't get that one.
Second home run of the game for the Riders.
You would have got nothing but sun if he tried to follow that one. And that was a blast. Glenn, that ball went about 40, 50 feet over the fence.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we could tell off the bat that one was probably going to be out of here. It didn't take long for it to be reality. It got out of here in a hurry.
Yes, it did. I don't think the center fielder even moved.
No. Lanai says, hey, I dove for the one, but
yeah, I got the one.
I don't have a shot on this one.
I need a ladder for that.
The first run for the Riders since back in the first inning. And that brings up
I think he's
Riley Elledge.
I thought he checked. I couldn't tell if he was checking or calling a strike, but it is a strike.
Elledge has a single. And there's another one. Now she's 2 for 3 in the game.
That's going to be another
That's going to be a double. She hits that in the gap. And Elledge is at second base for the top of the order with only one out here in the bottom of the fifth. And the Riders all of a sudden swinging early in the count this inning. Here's Abdul Rashid.
Both these teams, lad, just great hitting teams, hitting the gap, over the head.
Yeah. Rashid, the leadoff batter for the Riders, is 2 for 3 this afternoon. She has a single and a double. Outside for a ball.
Showing her a little respect. She's keeping that ball off the plate here. 2-0 count.
So it's an 8-6 ball game now. There's a swing, ground ball right to the shortstop, up with it, throw over to first, and they hold the runner at second. Good job by the shortstop.
She got that ball across the field quick.
Yeah, Kayla Evans. And that's the second time they've been able to retire Rashid. Second out of the inning. Runner remains in scoring position at second base for McCarthy. She's 1 for 3 this afternoon. Had a .360 average coming into the ball game.
Now, Glenn, the Riders come in with only 3 home runs on the season, and 2 already in today's game.
Yeah, they only have, 2 coming in?
I think, or
2 home runs?
Wasn't it 3 coming in? Or something?
No, it was 2.
Okay, so they've matched their season.
They've doubled it today, yeah. McCarthy goes the other way with it, right to the second baseman, comes up with a hop. The Ravens get out of the inning, only allowing the 1 run, but we've gone through 5 now, and it's a 2-run game in favor of the Ravens, 8-6.
High Five Hospitality was founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise concept to Delaware. They now operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings, 6 locations throughout Delaware, and 2 locations in Maryland. B-Dubs has weekly and game day specials on their delicious food and beverages. Stop in one of their convenient locations today. The Stone Balloon Ale House features a unique blend of crafted food and an array of spirits, all flavored with a dash of nostalgia. Our culinary mantra is comfort food playfully reimagined, and we prepare seasonal favorites that strive to please the...
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School after 5. The Sussex Tech Ravens lead 8-6, and the Ravens are coming to bat here in the 6th inning. And, Glenn, I had 22 hits on today's game.
Yeah, they are really peppering the ball around today, that's for sure. The pitchers have had their moments.
Right.
But the batters have come up strong. A couple of crooked innings. Both of these teams put a 5 spot up in 1 inning today. Riders did it in the 1st inning, and the Ravens did it in the 3rd. A couple of web jams.
Been all around good game. Glad we picked this one to cover.
Exactly. All right, so Carly Penrod, the second baseman, to lead it off here in the top of the 6th for the Ravens, up by 2. Swings at the first pitch and fouls it down the first base side now to play. She's walked twice and sacrificed and scored 2 runs today. Yeah, it's interesting. You mentioned Riders only 2 home runs coming into the game. They get 2 out of here today, and they were way out, as that one is called strike. And coming into the game, the Ravens, Lanaya Lewis, the center fielder, Benny, 5 home runs and 14 RBIs on the season, and 3 home runs for Megan Sterling.
I've been impressed with Evans in this game. Yeah, both hitting and her fielding.
Yeah. She doubled and singled, grounded out to Ryder's second baseman on a great play by McCarthy.
And had to play the game in the outfield.
That's right. Oh, sails right over the catcher.
Just a little high.
Kylie Kruger on deck. Kruger, one of the leading hitters on the team, came into this ball game batting .452.
Hitting well today, too. I think she had a couple hits on she.
Swinging another foul back, so 2 strikes on Penrod. Kruger has singled, reached on an error, and also reached on a fielder's choice when they had that force out of home. Yeah, put the ball in play, but only has 1 clean hit to show for it. Penrod takes outside. She's a very good eye.
Yeah, trying to get her chasing on him. She's trying to expand the strike zone. Maybe a little too far out for to get her to chase, but 2-2.
She's already walked twice this afternoon. Carly Penrod grounds it right back to the pitcher. Over to first, and there is first out of this 6th inning.
I think that's where Shields has gotten herself in a little. When she has gotten in trouble, Glenn, is when she's tried to pick at the strike zone, and when she goes right at you, changes speed, changes eye level. She's done a good job. And when she starts to try to pick the corner, she kind of loses something, and that leads to some a walk and some Ravens hits.
There's a swing on the first pitch, looped out into right, and the second baseman McCarthy hit the cutout and tripped and dropped the ball. She was backpedaling out there, and she just hit that cutout where the grass line is.
I think she may have twisted her ankle when she did. Kind of twisted and fell to the ground.
Be tough to call that an error if she's made so many fantastic plays today.
And she had to get turned around. That was a tough play to make. We had one of those earlier with the Ravens. I think we ended up going to the hitter's favor, and I think he got to there. She's trying to get turned around. And
so we've got a timeout here as they tend to her. She's made some outstanding plays today for the Riders. And that time just unfortunate. You got to that one spot on the field where you can't see it. You're watching the ball. And I think her cleat just got hung up in that grass cutout.
Yeah, she kind of bent awkwardly in the lower extremity, and
she's going to be helped off the field. Gets a round of applause.
This is a tough one. It's a tough player to lose. She's played a great game.
Yes, she sure has.
She's very ginger, and it looks like she already has something on her ankle to begin with, some type of brace.
So McCarthy will come out. And let's see who the Riders put on second base. Looks like it might be Chloe Donegan, a freshman. I see a number 15 there,
Yeah,
Benny.
I do, yes.
Yeah, and she has not been in the game.
Yeah, as soon as she went down, she came out, threw some balls, and kind of snuck into the huddle on us.
So Donegan in for McCarthy at second base. And she comes in the top of the 6th.
Looks like over in the baseball diamond, still 3-1, and moving to the 6th inning. Start at the top of the 6th right there. So we're going to move here. Also in the top of 6.
That brings up the center fielder, Lanaya Lewis, who has struck out twice and reached on an error, and made quite possibly the best defensive play of the ball game. One out. Runner at first base. They're running for Kruger. Called strike down low. Lewis started to offer and then held off. And that's got to be the other Lewis running again, Shania. Another low pitch. Too low for a ball. So 1-1 count to Lanaya Lewis. 8-6 ball game. Ravens on top. Shields pitching for the Riders. Got her to go for an outside pitch.
Well, first action of the game. Oh,
tried to get that double play.
Almost had. Just needed to squeeze over there first.
Yeah, got away from the first baseman. Out number 2, though. Yeah, how about that? Just get in the game, and boy, you got to play already.
Well, that's Murphy's Law. I mean, if you're the new guy on the field, the ball finds you.
That brings up Megan Sterling, the left fielder. She has a triple and has struck out twice. So 2 outs. Shania Lewis at first, running for Kruger. Shields delivery. Outside for ball. So the Riders in their half of the 6th inning coming up. They have the heart of their lineup. Popped it up. In the infield. Shortstop calling for it, and that's going to get behind her. Runner goes all the way to third and is going to make it, and then the batter moves up to second. That's Sterling.
Go error there, Glenn. She got to position to catch it. It's a little easier play for a shortstop. It was more over second base.
It looked like maybe miscommunication between short and second. Yeah. Again, you got a player who just came into the ball game from McCarthy. I don't know whether you can't hear out here or who was calling for the ball.
Right.
But it looked like shortstop's ball, and then it's like she peeled off at the last second. So now the Ravens again have something going here with 2 outs, runners at second and third. And that was a called strike to Parker, who has a single. And then she drills that one to left.
Down the line.
Foul ball.
Foul ball.
Got out in front of it.
Good lucky there for the Riders. That right there could put this game away late in the game. Already up 2.
Unless these Riders got another 5 spot.
They're going to need one. I mean, we'll see how big getting that run in last inning was. Only needing 2 here in the 6th and still got the 7th to go. I think the Riders want to keep it close. They don't want to let the Ravens stretch his lead anymore.
Here's the pitch. High. Taken for a ball. Parker, as mentioned a little bit ago, has a single and 3 at-bats today. So she's 1 for 3. Ball and 2 strikes from Shields. Fly ball, right side. Right fielder calling for it. Oh, I dropped it. I don't know whether the sun or who knows, but that's going to go in a 2-run error.
She kind of got under it too quick, and then it looked like she tried to make the adjustment. It was just too late.
So 2 balls that found holes for Sussex Tech, and we're not fortunate for the Riders. So now it is a 10-6 lead for the Ravens here in the top of the 6th.
Well, in the 2 big innings, the Riders made 2 errors in each of those innings. And
right.
You look at it, 2 errors, 4 errors, and you're down 4. But you're out hitting this team. You've got 14 hits on the board. You're just not able. The timely hitting's not there right now.
So Parker is at second. Journey Hopkins will be the batter. She's tripled and struck out twice. And the triple came last inning.
I think London, she just had a little trouble picking the ball off the bat, Glenn. She didn't get a beat on that and then charged in, and next thing you know, it's just Is that a little bit over your head?
They're going to run for Parker. That was Alexa Rolfe. And we still have some discussion going on between the home plate umpire.
I think he's giving the change to the CR
to the CR bench on the runner. You're right. Now he's ready to go. We have Journey Hopkins up to bat. Called strike on the inside corner. Somebody. There's a ground ball.
Oh,
diving
nice stop.
Yeah, they're not going to get the runner at first, so she threw over to third baseman. Just maybe they catch the runner coming around the bag. Good stop to save a run. Shortstop.
Yeah, Hatch got over. Yeah. Time to Ray got it down, and she saves a run on that play.
So runners on the corner once again for the Ravens with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Brings up Schaub, who is 1 for 3. Fouls the first one. Singleton scored a run in the 5th inning for the Ravens.
And the Ravens, they've 2 innings they've put runs through with 2 outs, correct?
Exactly.
So they're a hard team to put to sleep.
That was high for a ball. Yeah, Shields struck out the first 2 batters in the 5th, and then the Ravens rallied and scored twice. Inside corner, called strike. 1-2 to Schaub. And once again this inning, the Riders had 2 outs with no Raven runs in it. CR just couldn't get that final out. Swing at that inside pitch, right at the shortstop. Hatch over to first. Riders get out of the inning. But 2 more runs score for the Ravens. We go to the bottom of the 6th, and it's Sussex Tech 10, Cesar Rodney 6.
And welcome back to Cesar Rodney High School. We're going into the bottom of the 6th inning. 10-6 lead for the Sussex Tech Ravens. Hey, it's getting about dinner time, Glenn. Let's talk about some food. Let's start with Arena's Deli, 7 locations throughout the state. Downtown Rehoboth Beach, Arena's Cafe on Highway 1, Rehoboth. In Lewis at the Village of 5 Points, at the airport in Georgetown, Long Neck, Milford, and their Newark location on Main Street. Lasher's Barbecue, Long Neck Road. Folks, the pit beef is excellent. My wife, personally, she likes the pulled chicken. I've never had a bad thing down there. The ribs are great. Lasher's Barbecue on Long Neck Road, they're getting piggy with it. Check out the food truck down there. Louis Pizza, home of the grinder, in Rehoboth Beach, 11 Rehoboth Avenue, just steps away from the beach and boardwalk. And our downstate broadcast, always brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. So here we go, 10-6, Ravens with 10 hits, no errors. The Riders, 6 runs, 14 hits, and 5 errors. They're going to have to find that 5 spot between these next 2 at-bats if they're going to win this ballgame and stay undefeated.
And they have the meat of the order coming up right here with Shields, Deputy, and McCleary. So if they want to get something started, this is a spot to do it. And there's a shot to right field over the head and hits the bottom of the fence. And a stand-up double to start off the 6th inning for the Riders. Peyton Shields' first pitch swinging.
Both these teams have smashed this ball today. Riders maybe a little bit more. The runs don't show it, but that's at least 4 balls to the fence and 2 over for the Riders today.
Well, Shields she's nailed the ball. She's gotten out twice, but one, of course, that sliding, diving catch.
Right.
By the center fielder, Lania Lewis.
And the Ravens hitting with some power, but some C&I power. They've been finding the gaps and moving the runners.
That one low for a ball. to Stacy Deputy, the catcher. She has a couple hits today, a single and a double, and scored a run. That one's down low, too. Benny, I saw a score show up on my cell phone, 1-0 Smyrna over Dover. However, I don't know whether that was baseball or softball.
Right.
So I'll have to check into that. And that was low for ball 4. So there's a walk to Deputy.
Dover getting a rough start to the season in baseball. Softball, I believe they played CR pretty close.
Yeah, 4-3.
Yeah, in the season opener, yeah.
I think Dover improved this year in softball for sure. The baseball team, of course, we saw that game with DMA.
Right, and I got to watch them with CR. Like the game they won. I think it might be their only. Is it their only win?
I have to go back and check. But
I know they won the first game of the season against CR, and then they lost some players, and it's been a different team. Oh, shot down the right field. She's got under it.
Caught by that right fielder. And the runners will hold it first and second.
She's seeing the ball well coming off the
Yeah.
bat. I think she let one get over her head early in the game, but that's been it.
First out of the inning, runners hold it first and second. And brings up Hatch, the shortstop, who's tripled and scored a run in 3 at-bats.
Caesar Rodney, Glenn, they need to make these two base runners work to count. They can't go out here with 0 in this inning.
No, I would think so. Got to be kind of deflating.
Yeah.
Down low for a ball to Hatch. Horton on deck. That's a called strike down in the zone. A 1-1 count to Hatch. And we'll see in between innings. I'll check and see what that was. I'm thinking that was a baseball score.
Right.
There's a pop-up on the right side, and it is playable. Over at the fence. Runner for the Riders at second will tag and advance to third.
And we don't move up, so first and third.
Good play by the first baseman for Sussex Tech. Getting over there and making the play, Bryn Parker. Caitlin Horton, the designated batter, up now. She's 2 for 3, 2 singles. Grounds the first pitch to shortstop over to first, and the Rider threat is over. We are through 6. 1 inning to go, and it's the Ravens 10, the Riders 6.
Home has never been more important. Today, our homes serve us in more ways than ever before. Our experienced Capstone Homes team can help you design and build a home for you and your family. We offer an amazing new home experience that earned us the Sussex County Custom Home Builder of the Year Award. At Capstone Homes, you get a fully custom home with in-house drafting, design, customer care, and quality craftsmanship for an amazing value. Create your new home that will serve you better. Create a Capstone Home. Home has never been more important. Today, our homes serve us in more ways than ever before. Our experienced Capstone Homes team can help you design and build a home for you and your family. We offer an amazing new home experience that earned us the Sussex County Custom Home.
It's a challenging market. You're well aware of that. Edward Jones is too, which is why we're here. Ready to listen and ready to help you find opportunity. Something we've been doing since 1922 in good markets and bad.
So, let's talk.
Edward Jones, it's time for investing to feel individual.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School as we move to the top of the 7th inning. And Glenn, we were looking at the scorebook between innings, and the Riders, who are blasting the ball with 15 hits, 2 home runs, but it's been runners left on base and errors that are the difference in this game.
Sure has. There's a ball 1 from Shields to Victoria Lacates, who leads off here for the Ravens in the 7th inning. Shields ready, puts that one right down the pipe. That's out to center field, and Riders have a beat on this one, and there's the catch made by center fielder Abdul Rashid for out number 1. It brings us to the top of the order, and Kayla Evans. All right, so maybe that was a softball score that I saw, Benny, because I've got baseball in the top of the 6th. Dover leading Smyrna 7-4 at Smyrna.
Another shot to center field. So Rashid's under it.
Got it again. 2 pitches, 2 outs to center.
We're seeing 2 really good center fielders here. Of course, when you're outfielder, your best fielder, your speed's going to be in center. But these 2 have put on a little show here today.
They sure have. Okay, that brings up Carly Penrod, who has scored twice today, walked twice. Takes an inside pitch for a strike. And they have not gotten Penrod out today, except for last inning. Ground out to Shields. There's a high pitch for a ball, 1-1.
And our temperature just changed as the sun goes down, but the wind stays up.
Right. Shields ready. Delivery. Up high again. That's ball 2. We're in the 7th inning. 10-6. Ravens on top. Shields ready. Ground ball.
That's
right through the gap there on the left side. Yep. First hit of the game for Penrod. She's at first, a 2-out base runner, and that brings up Kylie Kruger. 2 for 4 in the game today, scored twice. And that's high for a ball. In case you're wondering, the Riders will have due up in their half of the 7th. They'll lead off with Ashley Schmidt, who last time up hit a home run. There's a ground ball right side, right to the second baseman. Took a bad hop on her, out into right field. And that'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs. Once again, a 2-out threat for the Ravens. In the last 2 innings, Benny, with 2 outs, the Ravens have scored a collective 4 runs. So that was a softball final that I saw. Smyrna shut out Dover 1-0 in softball today. You know, Dover hanging tough.
I'm trying to get a baseball update down there at Cape, but can't find anything. Big game in the Henlopen North with Sussex Central and Cape Henlopen.
Yeah. Didn't mean to leave Cape out of the mix, too. We're talking about solid programs in softball and baseball, and really they're doing well with both. Strike on the outside corner to Lanaya Lewis.
This will be a big day for them because I think the softball team, they got a couple losses, but they, the baseball team with 1 loss. And
fouled off right side. 0-2 count to Lewis. Yeah, the softball team is much improved, I think.
Yeah. They have Sussex Central Day, too, who, like I said at the beginning of the broadcast, is without doubt the hottest team in softball right now in the state of Delaware.
And there is a swing and a miss for a strikeout. That will end the top of the 7th. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Last chance for the Riders. They trail by 4, 10-6.
Some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. Well, Glenn, for the Riders to win this, they're going to have to start the game with a 5 spot and finish the game with a 5 spot. But only 1 run since that first inning, and just the untimely hitting. They've been getting runners on base and just not been able to finish it up.
Last few innings, it's been a tale of 2 teams. 2-out rallies for the Ravens.
Right.
Riders have gotten stuff going with 2 outs, but they can't score. And the Ravens have been able to push runs across. Well, good news for the Riders. We're going to lead off here in the 7th inning with Ashlyn Schmidt, who homered her last time up. And, I mean, that thing was way out of here.
Right, and you got obviously for the Ravens, you got to talk about Kylie Kruger, who's come in and made this a different game, and add into that the shortstop, Kayla Evans, and the center fielder, Lanaya Lewis, who have made some great plays defensively for the Ravens, and don't leave out their right fielder.
Right. She's been solid.
Yeah, that's Cates.
Yep, Kruger's only given up the one home run to Schmidt. Riders got 5 in the first and then that 1 run in the 5th inning.
Yeah, I tell you what, as far as that ball went, it probably should count for 2, but it doesn't because she sent that thing back by the batting cages behind us.
All right, here we go. Kylie Kruger, the sophomore for the Ravens. Done a great job today. At the plate as well. Down low, misses for a ball. Ashlyn Schmidt has 2 hits today. She's 2 for 3 with that home run. There's a swing and a miss.
Big swing.
A hefty swing.
Yeah, she's going for another one.
She got her money's worth with that cut. Kruger took a little bit off of that one. Missed outside for a ball, 2-1. And she swings through. It's a 2-2 count. Riley Elledge on deck. She's 2 for 3 today. There's a shot and a good catch by the second baseman. Line drive, and she grabs it, and there's the first out of the 7th inning.
That's number 5, Carly Penrod on the play.
That brings up Riley Elledge, who mentioned 2 for 3 today, has 2 singles. She's the slap hitter. She swings through that one for a strike. On deck, Abdul Rashid, 2 for 4 today. Riders down to their final 2 outs. There's a slap to left side and out of play over the dugout. And an 0-2 count on Elledge. Kruger's delivery. Punches at it. Fouls a straight back, still 0-2. Benny, this game's about 2 hours old. We've had 16 runs scored.
26
and I got to tell you, we had a Caravel Smyrna game that went 3 hours the other night and a 2-1 score. There's a slap, just foul. Yeah, just foul. Yeah, so I'm still trying to figure out how that game took 3 hours to play. 2-1, 7-inning ball game.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Obviously, a lot of high counts. Got to be a lot of high counts.
You know, there was a couple of timeouts, but I mean, really, there's a shot to center field, right at the center fielder. Lanaya Lewis. That was a much easier play for her than some of the others today.
Yeah, her feet got talking there. She was trying to judge that ball, but she made the play on it.
Second out, the Riders are down to their final out, the top of the order, in Abdul Rashid. Sussex Tech trying to improve to 8-1, and at the same time make the Riders 8-1.
Yeah. This softball tournament's going to be fun, Glenn.
I think so.
You're not going to be able to sleep on too many teams in it.
No. I really, truly believe it's wide open this year. I don't see a clear-cut favorite. 1-1 count to Abdul Rashid. Got the low call. A ball and 2 strikes. And, Benny, if we get the chance, look forward to doing some games with you in the tournament.
Absolutely. Yeah, definitely will assume.
Swing and a miss. And this one's all over.
That the finals will be in Roxana like it usually is, and that's right in my backyard.
There you go. Well, we got a 10-6 final today. Sussex Tech coming from 5 runs down to get the win. They improved to 8-1. The Riders fall to 8-1. Back after this.
Out and resurface a memory. Limestone Barbecue. From our mouth-watering Texas-style brisket, fall-off-the-bone chicken, and St. Louis ribs. Southern-style sides, mac and cheese, baked beans, cornbread, sweet tea, and our homemade pickles. Be prepared as your bread will be your napkin. Yup, we are that kind of barbecue. Expectation. You'll have a tough time choosing between our exclusive dishes to help get you through the day. French toast, French crepes, Belgian waffles, and of course, our famous Eggs Benedict. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Come check us out. Located just south of the movies at Midway on Coastal Highway, Crust & Craft specializes in wood-fired pizza, homemade pasta, fresh salads, and unique appetizers. Crust & Craft also has an extensive beer list featuring local and award-winning craft beers. The culinary team prides itself on using fresh ingredients and serving beautiful dishes. Crust & Craft open 7 days a week, lunch and dinner on Coastal Highway in Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. See you soon. Hi, I'm...
At Ferris Home Improvements, your family's comfort and safety is always our top priority.
If you call us for your roofing, windows and doors, siding, decks, kitchen, and bathroom needs, you can expect health screen craftsmen who wear gloves and face masks and follow minimum 6-foot distancing, virtual conferences to discuss project details, job quotes delivered electronically or brought to your door for your review and approval, and our showrooms in Newark and Rehoboth Beach remain open for limited appointments.
We're here together.
Operating with precautions.
To protect our staff
and our customers.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Today we're at Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware. Catch 54 is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine overlooking the bay. House favorites include signature crab cakes, shrimp and grits, our famous 54 burger, all accompanied by a wine spectator wine list and a great selection of craft ales and cocktails. Catch 54 offers delicious nightly specials, award-winning waterfront dining views, and the best happy hour in town.
Catch 54 in Fenwick Island, Delaware, open 7 days a week.
Barkley Heating and Air. Barclays can work on all brands specializing in air conditioners, gas, oil, and heat pumps. Family owned and operated with over 17 years of experience. Licensed, insured, and a multiple-year First State Favorites winner. Barkley Heating and Air offers 24-hour emergency service with service plans available. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. Call 302-653-5971 for a free estimate today. John and Ginger Barkley are looking forward to serving the community. Find them on the web at barkleyheatingandair.com.
And welcome back to Caesar Rodney High School. Your final score, the Sussex Tech Ravens 10, the Caesar Rodney Riders 6. Game time, 2 hours, 5 minutes. Glenn, give us the stats.
Well, a lot of hits today. Riders end up with 15 hits, is that right?
That's what I
and
have,
then 13 hits for the Ravens. So 28 hits, 16 runs. And how about Caesar Rodney? Out of the gate, they get 8 hits in the first inning, score 5 runs, but then they switch up pitchers, take Parker out and bring in Kruger, and Kruger pretty much shut the Riders down. She gave up the 1 home run to Ashlyn Schmidt. That's the only run she allowed. She had 3 strikeouts. For Caesar Rodney, Shields ended up with 10 strikeouts in the ball game, but Riders didn't quite have the leather, I don't think, today that Sussex Tech had. A few too many errors, and that really hurt them in the ball game. Give Sussex Tech credit for coming down from behind 5-0 to end up winning this one, and they were very efficient with 2 outs. A couple innings, they scored 4 runs total with 2 outs in a couple innings to get that lead of 10-6 and hold on to it. Several riders with 2 hits in the games. Abdul Rashid, Peyton Shields, 2 hits for Deputy, 2 for Horton, 2 for Schmidt, and 2 for Elledge. And then leading the way for Sussex Tech offensively, 3 hits for Kruger, who also gets the win. 2 hits for Sterling and 2 for Hopkins, along with 2 for Evans. And 2 home runs in the game, and boy, they were smoked.
Yeah.
By Shields in the first inning, and then Ashlyn Schmidt put one, maybe the longest one out here that I've seen.
Yeah, it almost went to the bat. Well, it ended up rolling out to the batting cages. But Glenn, my takeaway from this game was the Ravens' defense.
Yes.
I think was the difference. That first inning, those were balls you weren't going to get to.
No.
Simple as that. They settled down. Kruger came in. They got settled down real well. Both teams are excellent hitting teams. 28 hits between the two teams, and they were well hit balls. A lot of balls went to the fence today, and you don't see a lot of 10-6 games with top 5 teams in
Right.
softball,
Right.
but we did today. And I don't think it was any slight on the pitchers.
Mhm.
I just think these girls can hit the ball, and they do it well. Very impressed with the Ravens and their center fielder, Lanaya Lewis.
Yep.
What an athlete! He had a good day at the plate, and it just like that's maybe one of the best plays I've seen this year in softball. I mean, she laid out like a professional and got to the ball, and that was a key moment of the game too. She saved some runs, and then like this center field and Abdul Rashid as well. It was a no-fly zone in center field today. Those girls were getting to the ball, except for the ones that were hit over the fence.
Like I said, we had a front row seat on Lanaya Lewis robbing Peyton Shields on that diving. She just timed it perfectly.
Right.
And then how about another key sliding diving play by the infielder,
That's
by the
right.
shortstop. The Riders had bases loaded with 2 outs, and there was a pop-up, looked like it was going to no man's land. And the shortstop came up with the play, Kayla Evans, diving across behind the pitcher.
And how many times has she zipped that ball to first base today?
Exactly. Good defense, too, by the Riders' second baseman, McCarthy. We see ice on her ankle.
Yeah.
Hopefully the young lady is not done for the season.
As she got up, I know she already had an ankle brace on it, and she is at least walking on it right now, but not very well. She just goes and sits down.
Yeah.
So hopefully not too bad for her. But, Glenn, great day to watch some softball. It's a little cold now as we're going to clean up, but it was a great 70-degree day. And I was kind of feeling that, spring is bringing us a little back to normal.
Yeah.
We're going to get a full schedule in.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're wearing masks. Oh well, it didn't hurt the winter athletes, so it won't hurt the spring athletes. But I'm just glad that we're getting back out here, watching kids play ball. Little league season is starting up this week all over the place, and let's just say this thing's coming to an end. Let's say, as Tommy Marvel says down at Sussex Central, Sports 20, COVID-19.
Yeah, let's hope. Let's hope.
Let's hope that we're through this, and next fall we get to some. But we got a lot of spring to go.
Yep.
We got some baseball this weekend up at Frawley, and we'll see what other coverage we can get softball-wise. It's a little tough to the Sussex County folks. We just got to let you know it's a little tough for us to cover Sussex County because I'm the only guy down there. But we'll try to catch them on the road. We want to get everybody on because we had a great game here today with Sussex Tech.
Yep.
But we'll be getting some tournament coverage, folks. And Glenn, baseball this weekend.
Yep.
Wrap us up.
Yep. That'll do it. Our thanks to Bob Baran here, the athletic director at Caesar Rodney, for all the help. And both head coaches, of course, Caesar Rodney, Sky Boris, and John Marvel from the Sussex Tech Ravens. So, Benny, good day for a ball game. Glad to do it with you and Trey. And 10-6, Ravens come out on top, coming from behind, trailing 5-0. So that'll wrap it up here. Glenn Fraser alongside Benny Mitchell, Trey Mitchell on the camera today. Thanks to tuning in to the live stream here on Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports.
Done. Ta-da.